Hey there, welcome to another session with me where I discuss pearls of wisdom from the ancient Hindu scriptures, namely the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. And I was taught this by genuine gurus at a Yana Ashram in India. Yana Ashram means a knowledge ashram, where genuine gurus teach us wisdom from the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. And one of the most important teachings of the Bhagavad Gita is on how to do our work. And in essence, we should do our work and anything that we do in life with joy in our hearts. In other words, we should have joy in doing the task and not joy as the end result. This is so important for us because even in your work, in your daily jobs, whatever we do, we should be joyous in doing the job, not hate the job and hope to get the end result that will make us happy. Happiness should be in doing the work. And this is even if you're doing the most revolting work that everyone would hate, even that job or task has to be done with joy in your heart and never for the fruits, for the end result. So I'm going to read an article from my book. I wrote this book after I attended a residential program at this Yana Ashram in India, where I lived for a few months with the gurus and was taught the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads 7 days a week for many months. It was pretty intensive. I knew nothing about this study. Although I was born a Hindu, the Bible for the Hindu is the Bhagavad Gita, but I was never introduced to it all my life. And when I was 47, I ended up at an ashram because I was going through so much sorrow and depression before that. For 2 years, I was in deep depression. And on the second day of my class at this ashram, all my depression was alleviated through this knowledge. So if you are in any kind of sadness or depression, this is your answer. If it helped me, I'm sure it'll help you too. Today's topic is, and this is the title is actually the words of my guru. And this entire article is what our guru said to us. Let joy be in the work that you do. One of the key points of wisdom that came across as a eureka moment for me was discovering in his lessons on cause and effect and desirelessness, which the good Swami has reiterated on several of his talks. He proclaimed, "Let joy be in the work that you do and not joy as the end result." This was a great revelation to me because, as explained, when one does his work with joy, he will do it to the best of his ability. His focus should be in the work itself, and he should not be doing it, and he should be doing it with joy. His focus should be in the work itself, and he should be doing it with joy. Every cause determines its effects, elaborates Swami. Joy should not be the outcome of one's work. Instead, joy should be within the process of work that he does. Therefore, joy becomes the cause instead of the desired effect. I'll repeat this because it's so important. Every cause determines its effect, elaborates Swami. Joy should not be the outcome of one's work. Instead, joy should be within the process of work that he does. Therefore, joy becomes the cause instead of the desired effect. He emphasizes, and as preached in the Bhagavad Gita, that desire is a hindrance. Hence, any work that we do should not be with the objective to acquire the joy of worldly possessions, which we always seem to do. In other words, we usually tend to conduct our work with an aim of success as the end result. With this success, we'll be able to enjoy the financial rewards associated with it. With this financial reward, we'll be able to attain the objects of our desire, such as the purchase of a dream car or house, or sometimes to the envy of others. We foolishly believe that this is what will bring us joy and happiness. The achievement of each desire extinguishes itself with the birth of the next desire. Swami knowingly reminds us. Each desire robs itself of its own joy or glory as soon as it is achieved, a fact that very few of us have realized in our pursuit to acquire wealth and prosperity. Once you have achieved a particular desire, the joy of it ends with it or is short-lived. This vicious cycle will never end if one is deprived of this valuable knowledge imparted in the discourses at the ashram, leaving one unfulfilled and unhappy in the end. Work joyously from the beginning. Whatever the outcome, some will produce joy, some will produce sorrow, but neither outcome can affect a person in the state of siddhati or a person of steady wisdom. Swami continues. This way, no matter what the outcome of his effect, he will not be disappointed if he fails, nor will he be egoistic if he succeeds. However, to ensure success as an outcome of any effort, doing a particular job with joy at the core of his being and with an undivided focus on the work he does gives a person a better chance at success. 3 weeks into the program, and I witnessed glimpses of immortal wisdom by learning how to access joy his way. So that's the end of this article. This is also another central teaching in the Bhagavad Gita. And I've applied it to my work. Apart from writing, I also teach advertising and marketing, copywriting and content writing. And I created a school called the School of Digital Advertising. And I've received very good reviews for my teaching because of this particular knowledge. When I teach people, I have a joy in my heart for doing the job itself. And next, I will do everything in my power to make sure that each student fully understands the subjects that I'm teaching. If the student doesn't understand what I'm teaching, I will not move on with the class. I will stick around and find every way to explain that concept that the student doesn't understand until he or she understands it, and only then move on. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us lessons like this, that you should do your work perfectly for the sake of the work, because somebody else is going to be the benefactor. In my case, the student is the benefactor, and that student is also the soul, and that soul represents God. So I've got to do my work perfectly for God's sake. So I cannot simply do the work for the end result, which means for the fees that they pay me. I don't care at all, although I charge a fee, but that is not in my mind at all when I'm teaching people. I teach the subject, and I aim to do it perfectly, to the best of my abilities. And at the end of the class, each student has to write a review of my work, my teaching. And you can read the reviews on my website of my school, which is schoolofdigitaladvertising.com. Now, if you like what you have heard from this book and you'd like to read this book in its totality, I have it on offer as an ebook along with my other books. I have another book called Our Real Identity, and then God Wants Us to Be Rich, and then Rise from Your Sorrow. You can access them on my website and download those ebooks at www.joynandy.co/ebooks, and you'll be able to purchase them. I hope that this lesson resonated with you. If you have benefited from this knowledge, please help me share it with others so that others can learn this valuable wisdom from Jnana ashrams, which are very few in this world. And by subscribing to my channel, liking this video and sharing it, and if possible, please leave a comment as well, which will help the algorithm. I thank you so much if you could do that. I really appreciate that. Once again, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. All the best and take care. Bye-bye.